Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would go ahead and try out some new makeup products. I feel like there has been so many new releases lately. I got a couple of fun things in the mail. Some stuff was PR, some stuff I purchased myself. So I have almost a full face. So I thought, why not film another one of these and we'll see how these products are. I've actually been waiting on placing a Sephora order. I really want to order a few things since there has been so many new launches, but they're doing that 15% coupon soon, because if you spend $50 now, you get a 15% off coupon to use in like a week or so. So I think I'm gonna be placing a pretty large order with that, and we'll have some more new stuff to try. But we just kind of have a random assortment here of high-end drugstore stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. I am just gonna go ahead and prime my face real quick. I'm using the One Size Secure the Blur face primer because I am going to be using a new to me foundation, but it's not like a super new product. My skin's been actually so great lately. If you guys watched my last vlog, which was a few weeks ago, I got a facial done and I feel like I haven't had like a big breakout since that facial. So now I'm kind of like, wow, like that really helped. I feel like I should be doing them like maybe once every other month or so, because yeah, my skin has never looked better. I'm loving it. The foundation I'm going to be testing out today, this one is actually a Chanel foundation. I picked this up from Ulta a bit ago and just have not had a chance to try it yet, so I figured why not try it today. So I think this is technically one of their newer foundations for Chanel. I have not tried a Chanel foundation in years, since the Vita Lumiere Aqua was really big on YouTube, and this was like the beginning of YouTube days, like 2013 or so. So it's been a minute, but I remember I really liked that one. But I wanted to try their new Ultra Le Tint, it's called. It's the Ultra Wear All Day Comfort Flawless Finish Foundation. We'll see if this color works out. I got B20, and this is the packaging. So I'm really excited to try this now that Chanel is at Ulta. I'm more apt to purchase from the brand because I love getting my Ulta points. Otherwise, here in Iowa, they only really sold Chanel at like different department store counters. I might have to try a couple more things now that we can use like Ulta points on it and stuff, which is nice. So for the foundation, I'm gonna do about a pump and a half of product and just go right in to the skin here. Definitely smells like a Chanel foundation. I know that smell. It's blending in really nice, and it's actually a really nice consistency. It's not too heavy at all. It's not as full coverage as I thought it was going to be. I really thought that it was going to be like a ton of coverage. I would say this is, right now, it's a light medium. Let me add just a little bit more. Okay, so here's how it looks on. It looks pretty good, I will say. Definitely very watery, lightweight. It's not sticking to my nose very well for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I keep kind of tapping it in and it looked a little bit streaky. It is showing texture a little bit on the skin since it is more dry in my opinion. We'll have to see how it wears. Sometimes foundations change for me as my natural oils kind of like peek through. Let's go ahead and skip on over to eyeshadow. So I actually just got these two new palettes in the mail and I really wanted to test these out. That's kind of what inspired this video, but these are new palettes from Catrice, and Catrice honestly has really good drugstore palettes. They had those little 5 pans that looked like Natasha Denona dupes, but now they have these bigger ones, and I know Catrice used to be sold at Ulta, and now I think they are sold on Amazon, so it still is easy to get, like obviously with Amazon Prime and everything, but it's not something you can like go to the store and look for. The Rainforest Haze and the Sandy Days palette, and these are both nature inspired palettes for June for World Environment Day. I'm not sure which one I want to use today because they're both really gorgeous. We have gorgeous greens and we have gorgeous warm neutrals, which I'm feeling this one for summer for some reason. I'm just kind of getting like this really fun warm desert vibe from this palette, so I feel like I want to try out the desert palette. I know it's the more neutral choice, but it just looks so pretty to me, and I really want to try out these shades. And I feel like I've done a lot of green palettes on here lately, so we'll try this. So the first shade I'm going to start off with is the shade Days, and it is like this camel color. It actually has some really good pigment on the brush here, and we'll blend this into the crease. It's actually a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be, because typically these kind of beigey or tan shades like that don't really show up a whole lot. And this one actually had some nice pigment. Now I just noticed, which is kind of a pet peeve of mine, that there's not really a matte darker tone in here, and that kind of drives me crazy because I don't usually like to use shimmers to deepen up a look. It looks like this is the darkest shade. We'll switch brushes and see if we can pat this into the outer corner. All right, so I'm going to take that dark brown. So I pat that down and I'm just kind of seeing if I could blend this a bit. All right, so it is blending out. That is good. We can still build a little bit of depth, but it's nothing like we would get if it actually was a matte color. So we made it work. It's not bad, but it's not ideal for me, at least. Maybe some of you guys like the shimmer in the palettes, but I don't know. Just for how I like to do my makeup, I usually just like the mattes there to darken it up. But now I'm taking a flat brush. I'm gonna wet it, and I'm going to dip in to this sandstone color because this looks stunning. A gorgeous kind of cool tone bronze almost. And we're gonna place this on the eyelid. It's so beautiful. This shimmer, it's so insane. And I'm just dipping a little bit more of that dark brown on the brush and blending that over as well. Okay, I'm going to take Dazed again on my lower lash line and smudge this underneath. Since the shade does get pretty dark, I think we can make this work for the lower lash line. And then we will mix in a little bit of that dark brown shimmer again, the Infinite, on there. And just run that on top. Just barely dipping in, otherwise if we get too much, it's gonna have a bunch of fallout everywhere. All right, so here is the eyes. The shimmers are stunning in this palette. I was looking everywhere and I could not find the actual price of this. I don't think it's officially launched yet, but I've looked on their site and most of their other palettes are around the $13 price range. So it is drugstore prices, kind of similar to ColourPop or let's say LA Girl. But I'm just kind of concealing here, just using a trusty favorite, the Anastasia concealer. I'm gonna do my brows probably off camera. I'll see if I have a new mascara to use as well. Okay guys, I did find one of the newer mascaras in my collection, and this has been out for a couple months, but it's still a fairly new product. This is actually from the brand Cali Ray. This will be my first time trying a Cali Ray product. This is actually owned by the owner of Urban Decay. So she created another line called Cali Ray, which is at Sephora. And I've been really curious in trying this mascara. It's actually a tubing mascara, which those create little tubes around your lashes, and they're actually easier to get off at night because it just kind of slides right off with water. It says zero smudge, volumizing, and curling mascara. So let's go ahead and apply this to the lashes. It has a nice thin wand, which I love. It's definitely, I would say, more lengthening. I'm not really getting any volume here. And I haven't used a lot of tubing mascara, so I don't know if that's just how they do apply anyway, but it just doesn't seem to be giving any thickness to the lashes. Okay, so there is the lashes. I think we did get them built up pretty well, but it does layer nicely. We'll see how it lasts throughout the day. I just wish it had a little bit more volume. So for our bronzer, I'm using another cream bronzer, and it's another Chanel product. So Chanel actually launched a new shade in their Le Beiges cream bronzers. So I wanted to try out the new medium shade. This is the Soleil Tan Medium Bronze, because I always felt like the original was kind of really light orange looking on me when I had tried it in the past, since it is a more natural bronzer. And I actually have never tried the new formulation. I tried the old version years ago. I think they reformulated so that your product lasts a bit longer, but I think it does have coconut oil in the formula or something that people weren't like loving. But I don't know, my skin's been pretty decent. I know people don't love coconut oil because it can clog the pores if you are prone to breaking out in your cheek area. But I haven't really had an issue with that. I always get it on my chin. So I figured we would go ahead and try this new cream bronzer. I love the smell of the Chanel cream bronzers. It actually smells similar to the foundation, and it's absolutely humongous. So let's try out this new color here. Now you guys know I've been obsessed with my Charlotte Tilbury one, so we'll see how this formula kind of compares. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in, again using the BK Beauty 106. And I'll put my hair back, and we're just gonna kind of stipple this into the cheekbones here. I'm liking this new color a lot because I definitely did not care for the original. Even though I do have pretty fair skin, I like my bronzer, well I always say this, but I like it to show up and not blend into the skin. It's really easy to work with. I would say consistency wise, this is a little bit thinner, a little creamier than the Charlotte. And it's building really beautifully on the skin. I love this new shade. Now, if you guys get the Charlotte Tilbury, I like the Fair from them. That one has a cooler tone to it than the Chanel does, even in the lighter shade from Chanel, but they're both really nice bronzers. So since we are using some cream cheek products today, I wanted to try out this new Revolution Beauty Blush Balm. I was so curious. I saw someone using this on TikTok and it actually looked really beautiful. So this is a liquid blush from them with vitamin E in the formula. These are $8 a piece. I don't know if they are available at Ulta yet, but I don't know. They sent these over. I thought I would go ahead and try it. I decided to take a risk here and try out an orange. This one's called Glam Orange. I feel like it could look pretty with this look today. So usually with liquids, I like to apply with my finger. So I'll just do a couple dots here and kind of blend out, tapping in with my finger here. Okay, that was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It actually was really easy to maneuver. I've had some issues with the liquid blushes in the past that dry down too fast, and then I feel like they look streaky. But yeah, I'm just kind of tapping this in, and it actually is blending really easily, and it stays wet and long enough so that you can get it to where you want it to go. I'm just gonna pat a little bit on this stippling brush and see if that will do anything to it. Looks like you can also use a brush and it works just fine. So this formula is actually really nice. I'm very impressed. From Revolution, way 100 times better than those Laura Mercier tinted blushes. Oh my goodness, the tinted moisturizer ones. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and set the face. I'm gonna spray it first with some Fix Plus and let that sit a minute, and then I'll set with powder. I like to do that sometimes because I feel like it just looks more natural on the skin and it helps with any texture. So I just apply my setting powder once it's just about dry. Last for cheeks, I actually got this Kaja new highlight in the mail, so I thought we would try this out. It's like a highlighter trio with different textures. I love the packaging, so cute. But it's called the Viva Shine, and the first layer is like a glitter, so you're supposed to be able to use this on the eyes, face, and body. So this is more of your textured glitter. The second one is like your standard highlighter. It's very creamy. It feels almost wet to the touch. And then lastly is more of this. This looks like eyeshadow to me because this is very much another kind of textured product, more metallic like, and yeah, it looks like eyeshadow. I probably wouldn't use that on the face, but maybe for like collarbones and stuff, but it's a little dark. So I don't know how I feel about this glitter. Let me just like pat a tiny bit onto my eye. I'm just kind of testing it to see what it does. So yeah, you can definitely use it as like a glitter topper. I don't usually like these big chunks of glitter in my looks. It's kind of hard to distribute it evenly. It seems like they are sticking without a glitter glue. I just put barely any on. Let's try out the actual highlight shade on the face and just apply this to the cheekbones here. So it has almost that wet kind of glistening look. I'm gonna do a little bit with my fingers too. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely more of a glossy highlight. It is really pretty though. So that is how that looks. Kind of just blends into the skin. It does have some glitter to it though, which I know not everyone is a fan of glittery highlighters. And then I think lastly we are on lips, and I was thinking what I could use for this category, and I figured I would finally try out one of my Pat McGrath Bridgerton lipsticks. I've had these sitting in my collection for a little bit, but I was so excited when I ordered these because they have the cutest little packaging, and when I got them I was surprised that the packaging is like plastic, like it's not metal like their other lipsticks. This is like drugstore is what it's giving me, but I wish they could have done a little bit more with their packaging for that. I'm trying to think what shade I want to use. Maybe we'll go for this more peachy color. This one is in Venetian peach maybe, or Venetian peach. And I'm just gonna go in with this, no lip liner or anything. I do like the formula of these, I will say. Definitely super peachy. I wasn't sure what to expect with these shades I ordered because I feel like sometimes her colors are a little too pink, a little too much. She doesn't really do a whole lot of lighter nudes in her lipstick line, but I mean, I guess it goes with the summer look for today. After lipstick, that is gonna complete this look. I'll do a little close-up for you guys, how everything is looking. I have some thoughts for sure, but I definitely want to wear this a few more hours, and I will come back and update you guys on each product, what I think wearing it today and how it has held up. I will see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I am back. I've had my makeup on for about 6 hours now, so let's see how everything wore. Here's a little close-up of the face. So I'm going to go one by one by all the products we tried and what kind of my first impressions are. Starting with the Chanel foundation. At first when I put this on, I honestly wasn't really loving it because it was looking very dry on the skin. It was showing texture right away. I do have oily skin, so my oils did come throughout the day, and I do like it a lot better than I did at first. I would say this is definitely a foundation geared for more oily skin. I would definitely avoid for dry skin because I did notice those dry texture spots right away, but I feel like as it wears on me, at least, it does look nice throughout the day. It's held up, it's controlled my oil, so I'm not super greasy looking, and I haven't powdered at all today, and it is the summer months, so very surprising. I wouldn't say I'm in love with it quite yet, but it's definitely something I want to keep trying and update you guys on, but for now I think it is nice. Okay, eyeshadow palette here. I feel like our eyeshadow has faded a little bit with wear, at least in the outer corner. I have noticed at least in the inner corner a bit. The eyeshadow started flaking off a little, so it was like a thick kind of consistency. The metallic wasn't super smooth, so it's kind of one of those metallics that enhance any fine lines a bit. So if that is a concern of yours, I would probably pass on these shimmers, but I love a good metallic, and I thought they really shined on the lid. I was very impressed. Maybe I would apply it with my fingers next time and see if that makes a difference, or just like a little amount. I did pack quite a bit on there. I mean, they had some great intensity, but I would not say I would get a ton of use out of this palette because I didn't realize again that the darkest color in here was a shimmer. I don't really care for that. I don't feel like that makes a very diverse palette. So that really disappointed me, and I was looking at this guy as well. This is the Rainforest Haze palette, and they did the same thing. So I'm like, I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of these, and I feel like it could have been a really good palette. I love the cause and everything. Honestly, it's just not something I would reach for a ton. I feel like it could have been great, and for me, it's just okay. The Chanel bronzer, I am so happy that I did pick this up in the medium shade. I can't wait to start using this one again. I feel like it has lasted on the skin. It's a little bit more warm than my Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know which one I like more. I would say maybe the Charlotte Tilbury a smidge, just because I like the tone a bit more, but this is a really nice cream bronzer as well. It would definitely be in like my top 5, and I like having different formulas from different brands. This comes with a ton of product too, so I liked it. Definitely try out the medium shade if the original was too light for you. They also have a deep shade as well on their site. I think the medium has already been selling out on Nordstrom. I will link it if I can find it, but you can also get those at different Chanel counters. And I don't know if Ulta has this yet. I feel like they should be getting it, but I haven't seen it on their website quite yet. I was definitely impressed by these Revolution blush bombs. Like, Revolution for me, again, I mentioned this earlier, it's so hit or miss, mostly misses for me, but I thought that this was a decent product, although I feel like the blush has faded a bit throughout the day. I see it a little, but I would say the color has definitely not lasted all day for me. I just really liked the application of this. I thought it was super easy to use. I kind of want to put it against my Rare Beauty ones and see like how they compare, like do one on each side, see if it's a dupe and all that. But for the most part, I was pretty impressed with how easy this was to blend out on the skin and the colors. I kind of skipped past this one, the Cali Ray mascara here. I definitely did not have any smudging of my mascara today, but I definitely was expecting a little bit more volume with this one. I'll have to update you guys in the description box how it was taking it off, if it was a lot easier than some of my mascaras, because at night sometimes it's just annoying to kind of remove any waterproof mascara on the eyes, and since this is tubing it should be easier. But I do think that my lashes look nice, but if you guys are wanting something for more volume, I would probably pass on this one. Then we have the Kaja Viva Shine little highlight trio, so I'm a little bit, I don't know, in between on this one. So personally, I just don't think this is something I'm going to get a ton of use out of. I mean, I do feel like our highlight has definitely lasted today. It's kind of given a little bit of a glass skin look, but it does have glitter particles in it that gives you that effect. But I am impressed by how well it has stayed. I think since it is a creamy formula, it kind of adheres to the skin a bit more. Typically, I'd probably use like a liquid highlighter to get that effect without the glitter, but I mean, I think it looks pretty on the skin. But the thing is, I feel like it's kind of a waste of product for me because I don't really see myself using this chunky side. I did put it on my lids today and it has stayed on. Like, there was no glitter follow or anything, so that's nice. I didn't use a glitter glue or anything, but it gives you those kind of chunky pieces that sometimes just don't really go with the look. And then as far as this little guy goes, which is more of like an eyeshadow in my opinion, I don't know how I feel about this. I guess I like the highlight, but I just feel like, am I going to use this? Is this really an essential product for me? Probably not. And then lastly, the Pat McGrath lipstick from the Bridgerton collection. Like I mentioned earlier, I was not expecting this packaging to be so cheap looking for this lipstick. Like, she could have done like her regular, let's say, Luxe Trans lipstick of packaging, and that is what I expect from Pat McGrath. But I mean, the added bow was cute, but it's like you almost had it, but it could have been better. The color is a little too peachy for me, but I did feel like it worked with our look today. I really like the formula. As you can see, I pretty much have nothing left of it. I just ate dinner, so it didn't really stain the lips by any means, but I mean, I don't really expect it to. I mean, I have a couple other shades to try from the collection that look a little bit more my kind of tone, but yeah, what a disappointment in the packaging with those. Okay, so I think I covered everything here. We definitely have some hits, a couple misses, so I definitely want to try those products a bit more throughout the next couple weeks and definitely do a product updates, or I don't know what I'm doing yet. Like, I'm wanting to do favorites and fails, but I also want to do like speed reviews, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.